title of this talk is My Thoughts on the Future of Money, which is the exact same title as the other 7 cities I'm doing on this tour, which is shortcut for I won't decide what the talk will be about until the day of the talk. So Thoughts on the Future of Money covers every possible eventuality. But what I'm going to talk about today is the chemistry of money, and specifically the chemistry of Bitcoin. I want to talk about one of the aspects of Bitcoin that makes it so exciting and so interesting that yet most of us don't even notice is there until we study Bitcoin for 1 or 2 years. Bitcoin is a bit like an onion. You have to unwrap it, and as you unwrap it, you just find one more layer. I started 5 years ago. I'm still unwrapping, and I'm finding more and more things that surprise me every day about Bitcoin. So one of the things that surprised me about Bitcoin is that when I first encountered it, it looked like a relatively familiar banking system. I went to, well-known sites like Blockchain Info, and I could see transactions, and I clicked on the transaction. It said sender and receiver and account, and I was like, okay, this is pretty familiar banking, great. And then I thought, let me look at the source code and see how this works. So I'm a programmer, I'm a computer scientist. I figure I'll read the source code and I'll try to understand how the system does these things. And I went through the source code, and if you search for sender and receiver and balance and account, you won't find anything, because none of those things actually exist in Bitcoin. And that really surprised me, because when I looked at the source codes, none of the things that I expected to find there were actually there. You'd expect that a banking system, as it appeared to be, has been designed to do certain things in a very specific way. And Bitcoin isn't like that. It's not like that at all. How many of you have looked into the source code at all, or understand the technical underpinnings, right? A few people in this room. So you go digging in there, and there's no balance, and there's UTXO, and there's no senders. There's inputs, and they don't really correspond to senders, and then a transaction has outputs, which don't really correspond to receivers. And you realize that suddenly what you're looking at is almost this quantum or atomic nature of Bitcoin.